Hello, welcome again. I'm going to show you guys how you can do some cool stuff with loops. Okay, loops are going to help you draw like lots of things quickly. Okay, so what I've got here is my idea is that I'm making like a stool. Maybe it's a underwater stool for sitting at the bar in your pool or something like that. So you can see I've made 3 blocks here already, and it doesn't look like quite the stool I want to. What I actually want to do is chop away that block from the sphere that's sitting inside it at the moment, or just below it, and then I'll have the kind of stool look that I'm after. So to do that, we're going to get our difference block out. Okay, I'm going to take the sphere, and this block here at the top here, this is this cube, which has been translated up the page a little bit, just so it's sitting above. And let's check that that does what I'm after. Okay, so there's my stool. Not completely happy that it's sitting below the grid here. I'd like it up. You might want it below in yours. That's fine. So the other setup that's pretty handy is a union, which normally doesn't change the look of what you're doing, but it can make it easier to work with the things. So a union is like addition, whereas difference is subtraction. So it really just means the shapes now get considered to be one shape together. So as you'll see, this does not change the shape that I've got. Kind of useful because now I can move everything in one go if I want to. If I want to move this all up the page, I'll do that by doing a translate. Just got the comment on. And I think I need to move it up by about 25 according to the sizes that I've got there. I've done this all a lot quicker than I would if I was designing this first time round. Just this video runs quite quickly. So don't be concerned if yours take a bit longer to do. Okay, so that's the stool I want, but I want more than one stool in my pool. Okay, so one way you can do that is you can duplicate it, and you've got this new pool, and I render it, and I'll have 2 stools, right? No, I can only see one. So the issue there is that they've both been drawn in exactly the same place. So there are 2 stools, but they're basically on top inside each other, however we want to think about that. Okay, this is looking a little bit messy at the moment, so what I'm going to actually do is I'm going to right click on that and I'm going to collapse it. Basically means all of that code there is now just hidden into this pink thing. I'll do the same with this just to work with it a bit more easily. Okay, so simply I could now translate my second stool that I've been drawing. I'll translate it maybe 20 in the Y direction, which is up in that green direction there. Okay, cool. So I've got 2 stools and they're pretty much touching, but won't worry about that for now. So I could do that lots and lots, and every time I would change the something about the positioning, the translation of it, and I'd get a new position stool. But a better way to do this, if you want to do something lots of times, and maybe stools isn't the best example, maybe like fence posts or something would be a better one, is we can use this loop. Okay, and what a loop is, normally it'll come up with I if it's the first time you've used it. I've got one sitting around already. What that does is it will allow you to do something a number of times. So this is going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and every time it does that, it's going to do whatever's in here. So I'm going to take that second stool, pop it in here, and it's going to draw me 10 versions of that stool that I just moved. Okay, so that's exciting. But again, I've got that issue that all 10 of them are being drawn in exactly the same place. So I want them to change. I want each time it to move a certain amount. Now, there's a couple ways of doing this. One is to make the I'll do it this way to start with. What I'm going to do is I'm going to change my x position based on what the I value is. So under variables, I have the option to take this little jigsaw piece, and this is basically going to put 1 into this translate, draw the shape, put 2 in, draw the shape, put 3 in, draw the shape. So we're going to get a slightly different stool each time, a slightly different positioning on the stool. And it's kind of cool, but it's not what I want. I want them spaced out a lot more than that. Okay, so rather than just moving 1 space in the x direction, I want to move quite a lot more spaces. Um, So I'm going to make a follow-up video to that in just a second, but if that's enough of a help for you, you can go with that. Otherwise, watch the second video where we space this out a little bit more and do a couple of other cool things.